Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Wow, do we have a massive thunderstorm just blowing in here. Now, I'm under a covered patio, so it's not too bad, but it is just like going crazy just outside there. Unbelievable. Well, guys, I've read 2 articles this morning, one on SBF. Now, I wonder if this kid's going to face any justice at all. You got the SEC coming down now saying, oh, we're going to drop some charges too. And I'm like, oh, really? Well, Gary, after all your smoozing with SBF over the long haul and the whole FTT token, and come on, FTT, if anything was a security, FTT was a security, and yet Gary did absolutely nothing. So to me, it just feels like a whole cover your own butt kind of deal with good old Gary and the SEC. Now, with the justice side of it, I think this whole case is kind of crazy because the reality is SBF was going to come to Congress and testify. Well, they could have slapped the cuffs on him right here in the good old USA once he got off the plane. But now he's arrested down in the Bahamas where he can fight extradition and drag this whole thing all the way through. So in a way, it kind of looks really, really convenient for a lot of these politicians who got tens of millions of dollars of big-time donations from SBF. So it'll be really interesting to see. And the one thing that really tweaks my brain is this. Why was SBF the only one charged? Where's Caroline in all this? Now, we know for a fact that she was spotted in New York and very, very close to an FBI office. Did she roll on the guy? Maybe. I think you're going to find out. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we just don't know yet. It's all going to start spilling out over the next weeks and months. And, you know, if I was SBF, man, considering the fact of all that I might know, I might be a little nervous being in a Bahamian jail down there, if you know what I mean. It's crazy. But this whole article on the SEC laying charges on SBF is absolutely laughable, really laughable, because they had him in their purview for months and months and months. And Gensler himself was out there meeting with him and all this and that and everything else. And in fact, was planning to kind of help him get through some hoops and all this kind of stuff. Now it's a bunch of rats on a sinking ship scurrying for cover. And I think they're just going to lynch this kid in, you know, political way. Let's, don't want to get that one out there. But I think, you know, they're going to hang him out to dry and cover their own butts. Now, maybe that's not the case. Maybe this is just some big schmozzle, because we know charged and convicted, guys, are 2 different things. So the kid's arrested. He got charged. Well, of course, he's going to make bail. He's going to be out. And we'll just see whether or not, you know, SBF actually faces any time behind jail other than, you know, the time that they took to book him and, you know, set his bail. Anyway. Well, the next article that I read was really quite telling and interesting. This one comes out of my home country of Canada. And apparently Canada is now going to ban leverage trading in all of the exchanges, crypto exchanges across Canada. No more leverage trading for them. Now, that could be one of 2 things. Number one, maybe they're out there to kind of protect people from the whole gambling thing, because a lot of leverage trading is people that really don't know what they're doing and are genuinely just gambling, you know, in a way. But the other thing could be, hey, maybe they know what's coming out, and we're looking at the potential of a nice big bull run, and they do not want to see all these kids or all these people making some big bucks. Now, that's a little conspiratorial, I know, but the reality is hey, look, you know, they're taking it away. It's another clampdown. And by the way, in Canada, it doesn't matter. You can only invest $30,000 a year into any digital assets outside of Bitcoin, I think, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and something else. But needless to say, they really do limit the amount that you're even able to put into the whole thing. So that's kind of crazy right there. I mean, it's not like we're talking about illicit drugs here or anything. We're talking about crypto, and yet they're limiting the amount people can actually spend on it, which I think is absolutely unconstitutional. But hey, that's the way it goes. So guys, oh, by the way, I wanted to say, I read all the comments there, And yeah, I don't know what happened to the volume, but I'm going to re-release that news flash, even though it's only a 4 or 5 minute deal. I'll just re-release it. I'll up the volume a bit on that thing. I'm not too sure what happened there, but anyway, we'll get that all fixed up. Now, something else I want to address and talk about is this. I had a guy come on there and he says, oh, if you were getting paid for your comments, would you tell us? Trying to make it sound as though somehow I'm getting paid to come out here and do these 2 videos every day, that somebody, some sort of organization is paying me to come out and have a positive attitude. I mean, guys, you don't have to pay me. I have experienced such an amazing blessing through this digital asset space. You don't have to pay me to do this. And in fact, it was a long time coming before I even stepped out and did these videos. Now, having said that, there are folks who are, subscribed to this channel that were with me. We did it together. There are guys here that absolutely can attest. I was a part of a Discord, and there was only about 34 of us in there. And almost every one of us experienced some amazing, amazing gains and made some significant profits in that last bull run. And it was a very, very small Discord. By the way, shout out to Chad, who actually went out and did that Discord, set that up. And there's some other guys out there, Ashton, Dean, you guys know who you are. And we all did it together, guys. So, hey, I know it seems hard to believe. I find it even hard to believe. Even now, I kind of sometimes pinch myself that it actually happened, but it did. And so, guys, that's where my enthusiasm comes from. That's where my confidence comes from. I've investigated this space. I've watched how it can change my life, how it changed my life, how it can change other people's lives. That's what motivated me to come on and do this channel. And if you like, go back and watch the very first video that I ever did. It's entitled Get Prepared for Life-Changing Wealth. You go watch that one and see what I was saying back in there. And you'll find out that my heart, my motivation here was just to come out and share as much as I possibly could with other folks so that they could actually experience the life-changing gains that I experienced. Because, hey, you know what? For every bull market, there's a bear market. And right now we're in a bear market. And for every bear market, there's a bull market. And this one, I'm telling you, it feels to me exactly like it felt way back then when I was just getting in and everything was on the floor and there was panic and fear all over the place. Blood is on the street. But the thing is, I didn't know. I was brand new in this space. I couldn't be the wiser, but I was so amazingly blessed to get in on the floor. And I think that those folks that are getting in now, this is my personal opinion, it's not financial advice, they're getting in on the floor and they are going to experience something that very few people get to experience, and that is a life-changing gain. Now, that is my personal opinion. That is my personal belief. It's certainly not financial advice, but I'm speaking from my own personal experience. And by the way, no one has to pay me to do that, guys. No one. Anyway, hey, I've been actually shilled or solicited, to shill all kinds of tokens. The most expensive thus far was somebody came out and offered me $1,600 for 10-second spots to shill their project. And I said, no, thank you. So, hey, I have been offered, that's for sure. And but certainly it hasn't tempted me at all. And I really want the best for each and every one of you. Now, hey, I've got a great video planned for later on this afternoon. And until then, guys, I hope you have a good one and take care.